Welcome to the Horror Story channel. If you have horror stories you'd like to share, please email to khmrlb@yahoo.com.
The concept of paranormal surveillance refers to the idea that entities, commonly referred to as ghosts or spirits, are able to observe or monitor human activities. This notion taps into the broader discussion around paranormal phenomena, where the boundaries between the tangible and intangible blur, creating a space filled with both fear and fascination. In the context of discussing whether ghosts are watching us, paranormal surveillance becomes a foundational idea, setting the stage for exploring myths, beliefs, and the human propensity to attribute unexplained events to supernatural overseers. The significance of this point lies in its ability to open the conversation about why so many cultures and individuals across the globe are captivated by the thought of being watched by otherworldly beings. This fascination can be seen in numerous cultural myths and folklore that depict spirits as watchful guardians or sometimes hostile observers. The concept raises questions about human vulnerability and the unending quest to understand life beyond death. Real-world applications of this idea often manifest through stories and claims documented in various media. For instance, television programs like Ghost Hunters leverage notions of paranormal surveillance by showcasing investigations into supposed hauntings, where people report feeling watched or experiencing unexplainable occurrences. Similarly, many haunted attraction businesses capitalize on this fear, offering experiences purporting to expose participants to ghostly monitoring, often utilizing modern technology as part of the allure. Opinions in support of paranormal surveillance often draw on anecdotal evidence and personal testimonies, suggesting a widespread belief in its possibility. Paranormal enthusiasts argue that advanced ghost hunting equipment, like thermal cameras and EMF meters, can capture the presence of spirits who may be observing humans, though skeptics counter that such devices merely detect environmental fluctuations. The topic is not without controversy. Critics argue that there is no scientific basis for the existence of ghosts or their surveillance capabilities, attributing such beliefs to psychological phenomena like pareidolia, where individuals perceive patterns that do not exist. These alternative viewpoints encourage a more rational perspective, challenging believers to question the validity of their experiences. This exploration of paranormal surveillance is intrinsically linked to broader themes of existential inquiry and the limits of human understanding. It invites audiences to reflect on why the supernatural continues to hold sway over imagination, and whether the unseen gaze of a spirit is a product of fear, a psychological construct, or perhaps a reality yet to be fully understood. As the outline progresses, this point will serve as a springboard for delving into the myths and technological advancements surrounding ghostly phenomena, forging a path towards a deeper understanding of how the unseen world influences human perception. Spectral observation. The concept of ghostly surveillance delves into the idea that spirits or supernatural entities may be watching or monitoring the living. This notion has roots in various cultural beliefs and folklore, suggesting that the dead can observe the living world, often serving as protectors, witnesses, or even malevolent presences. The significance of this idea is tied to our innate curiosity about the afterlife and our desire for explanations about experiences that defy the ordinary. It's a compelling aspect of the main topic, as it provides a framework to explore why people might feel watched or experience unexplainable phenomena. One real-world application of this concept is the widespread use of ghost hunting technologies like EMF meters and spirit boxes, devices designed to detect otherworldly activity. Many believe these gadgets capture evidence of ghostly observations by indicating fluctuations in electromagnetic fields or by supposedly facilitating communication with spirits. Another example is the haunted house phenomenon, where individuals claim experiences of being watched or followed by unseen entities. These instances often spark interest in ghost tours and paranormal investigations, each attempting to document or debunk the idea of supernatural surveillance. Opinions favoring the belief in ghostly surveillance argue that personal anecdotes and historical accounts present compelling evidence of spirits observing the living. Tales of apparitions and inexplicable interactions foster a belief system supported by those who assert that consciousness transcends physical death. However, skeptics challenge this perspective, arguing that psychological and environmental factors better explain feelings of being watched. Cognitive phenomena such as pareidolia, where the mind perceives patterns or familiar images, like faces, in random stimuli, can contribute to these sensations. Additionally, the lack of empirical evidence and the influence of horror media on our perceptions are often cited as reasons to doubt the existence of ghostly surveillance. This concept interconnects with broader discussions about the intersection of belief, fear, and the unknown. It invites contemplation of how cultural stories and personal experiences shape our understanding of what is possible. By examining spectral observation, we probe deeper into why people are fascinated by the paranormal and how these beliefs impact their perceptions of reality. Overall, exploring ghostly surveillance offers a lens through which to understand human psychology and cultural narratives about life after death, providing critical insight into why we are captivated by the notion that spirits might be watching us. In exploring the concept of historical perspectives on ghosts and their alleged presence, we delve into humanity's long-standing fascination with the paranormal, particularly the notion that ghosts have played a vigilant role over the living. This idea stems from ancient belief systems, where spirits were often considered as overseers of the living realm, lingering due to unresolved issues or serving as guardians and protectors. These historical narratives are significant because they form the foundation of contemporary myths regarding paranormal surveillance, suggesting that ghosts might be observant entities interacting with our world. One noteworthy example is ancient Roman culture, where spirits of the deceased, or manes, were thought to watch over their descendants, necessitating rituals to honor and appease them. Similarly, in Japanese Shinto beliefs, ancestral spirits, or kami, are revered as protectors of family lines and natural elements, signifying a positive interpretation of ghostly presence. These historical examples illustrate how cultures have perceived ghosts as more than mere apparitions. They are entities engaged in a timeless watch over humanity. Opinions supporting the idea that ghosts watch us often come from spiritualists and paranormal enthusiasts who argue that numerous accounts of apparitions involve scenarios where ghosts seem aware of the living. This perspective is bolstered by personal anecdotes and folklore, imbuing the concept with a sense of experiential authenticity. However, the notion of ghosts as vigilant overseers is not without its controversies. Skeptics highlight the lack of empirical evidence supporting the existence of ghosts, let alone their surveillance abilities, arguing that such beliefs are rooted in psychological or environmental factors. Furthermore, scientific communities emphasize rational explanations over supernatural ones, suggesting alternative viewpoints that challenge traditional narratives. The historical perspectives on ghosts and their alleged presence influence broader discussions on paranormal surveillance by providing a contextual backdrop. They connect to the main topic by shaping how contemporary culture understands and interprets supernatural phenomena. This historical lens helps explain why modern narratives of haunted houses or ghostly encounters often carry undertones of observation and monitoring. Ultimately, these historical perspectives open doors to understanding how cultural narratives evolve and how they continue to influence our perceptions of the paranormal, creating a modern mythology that blends ancient beliefs with contemporary fascination. By examining these views, we gain insight into why stories of ghosts watching us persist and how they maintain relevance in an age dominated by technology and surveillance. The concept of "Are ghosts watching you?" explores the intriguing intersection of paranormal belief and surveillance myths, posing the question of whether spectral entities might be observing us. This idea blends traditional ghost lore with modern concerns about privacy and oversight, suggesting a metaphoric overlap between the two. The significance of this concept lies in how it taps into our deep-seated fears of being watched, a theme prevalent in both paranormal narratives and the digital age. By combining these fears, the notion provokes reflection on both our belief systems and our responses to technological surveillance. One example of this concept in action is the use of ghost hunting technologies, like EVP, electronic voice phenomena devices, which are employed to detect the presence of spirits. Enthusiasts believe these tools capture ghostly observations, functioning as a parallel to our real-world surveillance technologies that monitor human activity. Another example is the folklore surrounding haunted locations equipped with security cameras, where any unexplained anomaly captured on film takes on an eerie dimension. These instances illustrate how technology designed for surveillance can contribute to modern ghost myths, thereby blurring the lines between watching for ghosts and being watched by them. Supporters of this concept argue that it highlights the pervasive nature of observation in our lives. The blending of ghostly surveillance and digital privacy concerns serves to underscore societal anxieties about monitoring and control. Some see this as a creative way to engage with privacy issues, allowing an exploration of technology's role in our lives through a supernatural lens. However, there are challenges and controversies. Skeptics question the validity of merging the paranormal with societal concerns, arguing that it conflates science fiction with reality in a way that might detract from serious privacy debates. Moreover, the notion relies heavily on belief in the paranormal, which is not universally accepted. Critics might argue that the metaphor oversimplifies complex issues surrounding technology and privacy. This point is integral to the broader discussion of the main topic, as it emphasizes how cultural narratives about ghosts can influence our perception of contemporary issues. It encourages a deeper examination of our fears, both supernatural and literal, and prompts consideration of how they intersect and reinforce each other. Understanding this dynamic allows for a richer exploration of how myths and reality connect, offering insights into why these themes persist and resonate in modern society.